And we are live. What is going on, everyone? It's Johnny Dunn, and we are back with another one today. Epic VeVe live stream. Today, I'm going to be doing a real short video. It's not going to be too long today. First things first, I do want to say we have a Twitter Spaces tonight with Queen VeVe. Make sure we check that out. We have Alfred Khan himself going to be tuning in to the live stream, or not live stream, but Twitter Spaces tonight with Lori. So I'm going to bring this up in just a second here. We got Queen's Court host the legend Alfred Khan tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So like I said, in about a half hour, make sure you guys go head on over to Lori Brenner's Twitter. Anytime Alfred Khan hops in the Twitter Spaces, you know, he's taking his time out of his busy day to come chat with the VeVe fam. I think it's important just to tune in, you know, pick his brain and hear what he has to say. So make sure you guys tune into that tonight in about a half hour. Like I said, this is not going to be a long, live stream for me today. Surprisingly, I just want to cover a couple different things. First things first, we got a crazy drop tomorrow. We have two drops actually. I'm not going to be able to go for or live stream the first one in the morning. We have a comic book drop, Uncanny X-Men, issue number 142, dropping at 11 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. And then the one that's got everyone excited, everyone's talking about right now, we got to dive into it, the Star Wars Droids Collection Series 1. R2D2 comes on the VeVe app once again, with, of course, C-3PO. But this one's going to be interesting, guys, for a few different reasons. Now, I kind of want to hear what you have to say, because I'm going to give my thoughts, so make sure you guys put it in the chat. You know, what do you guys think of this? We don't have the FA, the first appearance of R2D2 dropping. Same with the C-3PO. These are not the FAs, but these are animated and they have sound, and it just looks and sounds incredible. Looks amazing. But we have the first appearances in the Disney Golden Moments, guys. Now, there's a lot more editions with the Disney Golden Moments, but they carry the FA tag, the first appearance. Now, this is the big debate going on in the community right now, and of course nobody has a crystal ball, what's going to happen in the future, so we're all trying to lay our best guesses down, basically. And so these have a limited edition. 1,977 editions. Only $40 for these. But like I said, this is the R2D2 that looks like the original R2D2. It's animated and it has sound. So in the future, could they drop even another one that's maybe used in a video game that has maybe 500 editions? What's that mean for this one? What's that mean for the FA? Some good questions to think about long term. I'll give my opinions on what I think is going to happen kind of after I go over this entire drop. But it's just some definitely good things to think about in this whole new collecting journey that we're all in. But it just goes to show you how early we still are. I know some people don't want to hear that, but it's just the truth. R2D2. Now this is an interesting one. A lot of people who are familiar with Star Wars know this one. Now this is a good one too, because this only has 1,078 editions. So right off the bat, both ultra rares, both pretty limited, under 2K. This droid first appeared in Star Wars Episode for A New Hope, originally set to be purchased by Lars family. The sale was canceled when Red was revealed to have a faulty motivator. Okay, Mandalorian. C-3PO. Now, this is a secret rare. C-3PO is labeled as a secret rare. 477 editions, guys. This is going to be a fun blind box. Now, also, the reason why I love this blind box is because it's not, the character in different poses. You get a chance to land the secret rare C-3PO. You get a chance to land a pretty limited edition R2D2. The one I really want, of course, is the animated, the one with the sound R2D2. I'd be really happy with C-3PO as well, too, just because the edition count. Then we got LA59. Now, I don't know. I am not the most, Star Wars hip fan. I'm not. If I said I was a Star Wars fan, I would really be doing a disservice to all the Star Wars fans out there. But this is another secret rare, 477 editions, list price $40. I would probably use this one personally just as an opportunity to be able to use as like a flipping opportunity, because I really if I get the C-3PO, I would hold on to this one. Secret Rare, 477 editions. I think it's going to do really well, even though it's not the FA. I'll touch on that in just a second. I would probably flip the R5D4 because, again, just me personally, I'm not the most familiar with this. I really want the R2D2 and the C3PO. If I could land this one, I'd be pretty happy with it. I would keep it. Now, personally, I do believe in the short term, the newest, latest, most scarce, it could, be animated, have utility. I think in the short term, if it's scarce enough, popular enough, with that much more demand, it could, in the short term, be a little bit more valuable than an FA. But I think long term, FA is that safety blanket for me. I do believe as we continue to get, because the next R2D2 could be, 500 editions. The next, Darth Vader could be used in a game with only, 500 editions type thing. And so we don't really know what's going to come next. I believe long term, when you zoom out 3, 5, 10, 20 years from now, having that first appearances of these iconic characters over time, that edition account that might seem like it's a big difference now from 500 to 3,000 or whatever the case is, might seem like a lot right now because we only have a limited amount of people on the platform. But like I said, in 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, when there are 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 million people, because we're so early into the digital collecting space, I believe that number won't seem that significant, to where I still believe firmly in the first appearances of a lot of these characters more so. But in the short term, you don't know what's going to happen, right? This C3PO could do really, really well just because it only has 477 editions. And you don't know what the next one could be, used in a game, etc. So it's always going to be a question mark whether, how you're going to play the game. So just some things to think about. I'll dive into the chat, see what you guys are talking about right now. Because it's a good debate. I know NFT Pirates chat was talking about a lot. A lot of people were, discussing, with the Palm platform, Superman comic. There's going to be more comics to come out. What's going to happen when that happens? Hey, James Phelan. How's it doing? How you doing, brother? Jabe, hope all has been well. Diane C. So miss you on the drops. Hey, appreciate that big time, Diane C. I miss all you guys on the drops. I wish I could stream it a little bit more consistently. The afternoon drops, I can get back to streaming. Like tomorrow, I'm going to stream the R2D2 drop. But the morning ones, I'm just not going to be able to do it because of work. But we'll see what happens in the future. Solid move, Jay, making a come up. You made a come up on the AF-15, right? You did let it go. I don't know if you ever bought it back or not, but solid job, man. That drop. I had one of your drops on that Superman comic, man. I landed the legendary 9.8. Can you believe that? Unbelievable. I stayed up all night watching the Phillies game last night. Had work at 5 in the morning. Pretty tired right now. I'm not going to be on here long. Like I said, guys, you should definitely hop on the Twitter Spaces tonight. Let me bring it up one more time. I was on there just a few days ago with Lori, Queen's Court. Like I said, Alfred Khan's making an appearance, guys. I'm going to be tuning into that Twitter Spaces tonight, so definitely make sure you guys are tuned in. We see R2D2. I wanted to just check out the market real quick. R2D2, the first appearance, golden moment, $725 already. I know it did go down a little bit. It pumped up to like 900. Everyone saw the edition account. Everyone's like, ooh. Now for me, I don't want to let go of my R2D2, my first appearance C3PO, because, like I said, I believe in them long term. Like, I do not want to let them go for the next latest and greatest, most scarce, character. But hey, I mean, no one has a crystal ball. Like I said, everyone's playing the game, whatever they feel is best. So you got to go with your gut at the end of the day as well, too. So just some things to, think about, look out for. What's C3PO going for? Like 300 still? Yeah, 360. Looks like the original C3PO too, so pretty solid, pretty solid. I am gonna be going live for this. We need to see someone hit. Absolutely, absolutely. I will be going for the drop tomorrow. I'm gonna be live streaming too, so it's gonna be good to be live streaming another drop. Mrs. J Kill, how we doing? J Kill fam over there. I saw Mrs. J Kill won the Halloween costume. That's amazing. You guys definitely deserve it too, because you guys been, you know, I feel like when I think of J Kill and Mr. J Kill, I think of like the Halloween theme already. Like, I feel like that's kind of your brand, your style. So it's amazing to see you guys come away with a win too. Well deserved. They just threw away Golden Moment Star Wars. They just threw Golden Moment Star Wars away. Not cool for holders of Star Wars C-3PO. Yeah, I understand that, Jabe. I mean, especially being a full set Golden Moment holder, you know, I would love to see that continue to be pretty scarce. But I think about it too, like as a business aspect, VeVe, their latest and greatest drops, they're gonna be pretty. See, it's so crazy because when we first started collecting back in like March, April 2021, a lot of us, we thought we were just going to see a higher edition account, higher edition account, higher edition account. But that's not the case. You know, they want to keep things pretty limited. And because they're going to be adapting to kind of the current user base right now, we could see some pretty limited runs. And, you know, thinking back, I think it was, you know, Chad just mentioned, and we had some of those Pokemon cards that were released. They did pretty scarce, limited runs on some of them. They panned out, you know, 10 years later, 50 years later to be some really valuable cards. So, for me, personally, I am going for the R2D2 drop. I'm going to try to get the animated one. I'm going to try to get the scarce C-3PO drop, too, just to have it in my collection. Either one of those two tomorrow I'd be pretty happy to have. I don't really know what the value is going to be of them. If I get the other two, just personally, because I'm not the hardcore biggest Star Wars fan, if I get this one, I would probably use this as a way to flip. And then, same with R5D4. Which is interesting, because we haven't seen them on the platform yet. So those are first appearances. But for me, even though these aren't first appearances, because it's pretty limited, I think it's going to do pretty decent in the market right away. I do want to hold these for the next bull run, but I may actually use this as a flipping opportunity, to be honest. I'm kind of torn. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but the two that I'm really thinking about holding on to is the C-3PO, just because the scarcity is there, even though it's not first appearance. The other thing I was thinking about too, guys, is once the Master Collector program comes out, November, December, and real soon here, people who are going to want to be the Master Collector of Star Wars, Master Collector of Spider-Man, some of these scarce non-FA characters are going to be the blocking stone, like kind of like the Rizzo of the Batman set. A lot of people want that Batman set, but they can't get that Rizzo. So, to be a Master Collector, the top-ranked Master Collector of Star Wars, maybe this C-3PO holds up a lot of those people because there's only 477 editions. Might not seem like a big deal right now, but once people get their MCP rank, badges for being a, you know, the top-ranked Star Wars collector, I'm the top-ranked Spider-Man collector, maybe it's the Ben Reilly and the Miles Morales that's making you not that top-ranked Spider-Man collector. So those are some things that I was just thinking about the last couple of days, was like, wow, Master Collector program's really going to flip things again. We've always said, or I've always said, I think a lot of us have always said in the VeVe community, all the content creators, VeVe is a living beast. You know, it's always changing. You got to adapt with it because, you know, it's constantly growing and changing and adapting. So you got to adapt with it. So just some things to think about. I really think once we get another bull run, because the thing is too, like in the short term, we've always seen it happen when VeVe drops. You know, the latest and greatest one usually does pretty well. People tend to flip out of the older ones. But for me, I think first appearance is going to be a safety blanket long term. Like, even David Yu has talked about how these are the first appearances of these legendary historical characters in digital format for the first time in history. So, of course, when you get the next R2D2, even maybe one after this that's used in an actual, maybe augmented reality game, that's going to pump and do amazing. But when you get past those stages and think 10 years from now, what's going to remain iconic in a collector's standpoint, I think it's going to be those first appearances. Of course, utility is going to drive the price or the value in a lot of these collectibles as well. But it's just things to keep in the back of your mind as you're on this collecting journey, I believe. Let's go Phillies, man. I can't believe it. Phillies, whole city is rocking right now. I think it even, I think it like registered on like the earthquake scale or whatever they use for it, right? Like the stadiums are rocking so much. Crazy. Yeah, absolutely, Jabe. I agree with that. Like, we still have to see Yoda. Like, there's so many iconic Star Wars characters to where it's like, yeah, this one's even more limited. And that's the thing, too. There's going to be certain characters that just stand out for certain people. Like, maybe you are the biggest R2D2 fan. You're going to get all the R2D2s that drop, right? And if you're not, you're probably just going to stick with whatever you like. Maybe it is the first appearances or whatever the case is. So, we're starting to see a little shift here, a split, and I think it was Sean from Comics and Crypto mentioned, you know, it's going to be like utility-driven collectibles, and then there's going to be like, you know, that collectible aspect in a lot of these collectibles, that collecting aspect, I would say. Like, some of these are going to be real fun to use in games and all types of things. Yeah, exactly. I agree, J.O. And I think it's just one of those things in the short term that we're all living in the present. Things go up and down. Yeah, people may flip out of some older things. But when you zoom out and you think long term, I don't think the first appearances are going to, you know, be in jeopardy of losing any kind of value. J. Kill, Mrs. J. Kill, whole fam in the building. Yeah, so crazy, Jabe. I just went over real quick. Last couple of live streams I talked about a little bit more in depth. I got a 9.8. So crazy, man. Unbelievable. There's only 150 editions of the legendary 9.8. I think the floor is like 9K right now. I held on to it. Real quick to tell a story. And again, guys, if you're just joining the live stream tonight, make sure at 8 or I think it's at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Eastern time, so in about 20 minutes, head on over to the Twitter Spaces. Queen VeVe, Lori, she's holding the Queen's Court tonight, and she's hosting Legend Alfred Khan. Let's go. So it's definitely going to be a good one to tune into. I'm going to wrap this live stream up in a little bit. Just wanted to get to some more comments real quick and touch on some more things about this drop tomorrow. Hey, solid move, JB. At 15K, man. Got to lock in some profits. That is why I almost sold my Superman comic right away, because I was like, I need to lock in some profits here. And I didn't really profit that much on the all-time highs with VeVe NFTs. So since I have a good collection over there on VeVe, I'm long holding those NFTs. I thought, why not use this as a $10 into a $5,000 come up real quick. As soon as I got the comic, I listed it for 5K. It was Secret Rare, you know, Dan from VeVe, Secret Rare on Twitter. Did a bunch of interviews with some people. My Collectibles, I think, was his last interview. He reached out to me and texted me and goes, dude, how'd you get the Legendary? I was like, I got the Legendary? I didn't even know. I was at work, so I hurried up, tried to delist it. It said, sorry, someone reserved it. Someone bought it, reserved it. I kept delisting. Finally went through. I guess they canceled it or whatever. And so I didn't sell it for 5K. I'm still holding on to it. I've been like listing it and delisting it for like around 15, 20K. But I mean, $10 into 9K, 10K, that's a huge come up, even if it did go to 50K. I just believe in the comic. So I'm just holding it for now. I do think there's a possibility that things, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, guys. Also, just listening to some older people talk at work, like at the golf course, makes me think we could, depending on what happens in the economy could sink a little bit lower heading into like Q1 of next year, and then maybe spring, summertime, things may start to pick up slowly. Could be completely wrong. I have no idea. Just kind of getting the vibe of how a lot of people are thinking out there. I agree, VVOG. I agree. Shout out to VVOG. I love the name too. I thought about maybe stealing it. But I was like, nah, I gotta respect it. You've been grinding too, brother. Keep up the great work, man. I see you putting out content every day. Keep up the grind, man. Yeah, it's gonna pay off, brother. Just keep going. Don't even worry about the views, anything like that. You know, just keep grinding, man. And I agree, man. It's one of those things, like I said before, in the short term, things are gonna go up and down. People usually flip out of the old stuff for that latest and greatest, newest. Maybe this one has a lot of utility. Maybe this one's animated like this is. But I think long term, I'm gonna try to get both. But I think long term, that safety blanket of first appearance in digital format. The difference between 1,000 mints, 5,000 mints, that won't mean that much, in my opinion, when there's millions of people. Yeah, definitely making things more scarce. And when they do that, yeah, people who are holding on to the older collectibles that may have more editions, I'm one of them, so I can definitely speak from that. It's not the best thing you want to see, but I mean, they're also adapting to the times. From a business standpoint, it makes sense, so you gotta understand that. And it just is what it is, you know. I mean, I would love, being a holder of a lot of these full sets, to see some of the utility start to get. Well, we're already seeing a lot of utility start to, you know, come out with these big brands. So I think they're getting wind of what these collectors want, or what these collectors want. Shout out to Alex from the VeVe team, because I know he talked about it in Twitter Spaces a little bit ago, talking about how he's, you know, talking with these big brands and letting them know what the community really wants and what they're kind of able to push for, etc. So definitely makes the drops more fun, that's for sure, when things are scarce. Wow, 96 sets. That's legendary, J Kill. I hope if they do put some kind of, you know, AR logo or set number that you had in your showroom, I hope it's like numbers of sets completed. That way I think I'll be up there to 100. I hope it's not like how many current sets you're holding, because I won't be up there. But man, yeah, 96. Can't wait till you get to 100, brother. Still waiting for my prizes, though. Oh, plural. You won the whole thing, right? You guys came in first place, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know the prizes that you received or that you won. I thought it was only one thing. It's amazing if you got multiple things. Ronnie Lighto, how we doing, fam? I'm going to try to... man, we got a bot in here. I'm going to try to wrap this up. Make it not an hour-long live stream. Get back to some shorter content. Jerry Clow. Wow, 1977. If we do, Diane C, that's a money-making opportunity right there. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But something like that, even in a bear market, is going to do extremely well, in my opinion. And that's the thing, right? We're seeing collectibles and comics still do and perform extremely well in a bear market. So those are the things that I try to pay attention to. What's doing really well in a bear market, and what's completely, you know, flopping in a bear market, because you can kind of use that as, you know, experience for when we do hit a bull market. Hey, first place, let's go. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, shout out to you guys. Mr. and Mrs. J Kill won the Halloween costume. I think VeVe probably tweeted you guys out, right? Let me go to... The VeVe Halloween costume contest is a wrap. So many great entries. Thank you to everyone who participated. Congrats to the winner. So we got, yeah, a few people I know. First place, Mrs. J Kill. Let's go. Does it have the... Oh, let's go. It's got the whole video. Now, I don't know if this has... It does have music, so I don't want to play it. Yeah, this is awesome. Mrs. J Kill was death. Killed the outfit, too. Harley Quinn, let's go. How many people have the Steve Pugh Harley Quinn? I don't have that Season 1 collectible. It's one of the ones that got away from me. Wow, that looks so identical. It's crazy. She's even got the syringe. That could be like an accessories too that's coming for where you might be able to add to the death collectible. because the syringe is like in that physical one. I believe that's how it goes. They make music too, so they got a couple music videos out there. It's a 3-minute long video, so make sure you guys go check this out. I'll just skim through it real quick, so you guys can watch the whole thing on her Twitter channel, Twitter page. Then we got Sheev. I don't know Sheev. Just gave her a follow though. Classic Joker and Batman stare down. Yeah, that's a good one. Good Joker outfit there. Then we got Crypto Baby. Shout out to Crypto Baby. She's been in the community for a while now. Got a little skit here. Shout out to Crypto Baby. What was it, 3rd place? I think she won. Nice. Yeah, 3rd place. A lot of people in the VeVe fam. It's been here for a while, winning. Let's go. But like I said, guys, I'll definitely be going for the drop tomorrow. I'm going to be live streaming, so it's good to kind of get back there. Live streaming things. Pele, just going to get to a couple other questions, and then I'll wrap things up here. And like I said, guys, make sure you go tune into Queen VeVe's Twitter Spaces tonight in about 10 minutes. I'm going to be signing off, hopping over there. So make sure you guys go check that out as well. Pele, Johnny, do you invest in Omi? I do invest in Omi. I need more Omi, to be honest. And that's one reason why I thought about selling the Superman 1 comic book, because my goal, my short-term goal with Omi is to at least get to 5 to 10 mil. You know, I've been slacking on Omi, so finally got to 2 mil, getting close, or not close, but getting up there to 3 mil. So if I could sell this for 9,000, I could put at least 6-7K into Omi, and that would get me to my short-term goal. So I've been really thinking about that. But the reason why I haven't pulled the trigger is because by the time I cash out, it takes about 2 weeks, right after the OUP gets here. So I'm thinking Omi could be at the highest price it's been in a while. So if things dip back down, that's probably when I would, enter. But either way, if things do pump long term, in my opinion, not financial advice, of course, Omi is still a gem, a hidden gem. We're not on any major exchanges. It's a utility token, and this is all before the utility comes. So, and like I said, I was giving crazy price predictions right away when I first found Omi, but I still believe in it 100%. It's going to get there. It just takes time. And that's the thing the VeVe team's building right now, So, if so, what's the minimum amount to accumulate for life-changing gains? Great question. That's the thing that everybody wants to know, right? I think it all depends, man. I would say it depends on your horizon, meaning how much do you need in a 2-year window, 5-year window, 1-year window, 10-year window. And a lot of things depend on it. I wish I could give you a confirmation answer, but a lot of things depend, how things get moving with, because this is the thing that's popping or coming out soon is the Omi utility article. Got another bot in here. And people are going to give feedback, and then they're going to go back and put out another one, I believe. But, I mean, this is a revised, OUP that's going to... I think it's going to be pretty solid. It's tough to say. I would say, think of once we're on major exchanges, you know, when people like Elon Musk, I believe Elon's going to be, you know, talking about Omi one day. If that's a tweet about Omi or a tweet about VeVe, I 100% believe that's going to happen one day. So just think about when, you know, major celebrities, pro sports athletes, pro sports professional, you know, athletes are in VeVe, they're not really talking about it just yet. I don't know if there's, you know, NDAs with the team. I kind of suspect that just because we saw what happened when Disney first tweeted about VeVe back in November 2021, crashed the app. So I think a lot of these influencers, you know, famous people, sports athletes, they're just not talking about it yet until everything is ready. Then it's gonna be like a perfect storm. Everything's rolling. If you think, you know, Omi can get, you know, the 10 cents in the short term, think of how many million Omi you need to where when it hits 10 cents, that could be, you know, life-changing gains right there. Or if you think it could hit only 5 cents in the short term, or, you know, 25 cents, 50 cents. When do you think it could hit $1, right? I think people are going to be shocked. But again, it's going to be like an exponential... It's going to be like a perfect storm of things happening, I believe. But we're not there just yet, so we're still building. But it's going to be fun to see, I'll tell you that. That's a fact. That's a fact, VVOG. Absolutely. Absolutely. Top Golf, man. We will have to go soon. Twitter Space started. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Wow. Game starts in an hour. Houston's at Philly. Wow. Ali and Rollins. Are they really throwing out the first pitch? That's crazy. I think it starts at 8 p.m. tonight, not 7. Yeah, 8:03 p.m. Wow, that's crazy. All right. I'm going to wrap this up. Make sure you guys go head into the Twitter Spaces. Queen VeVe, Al Khan, and the VeVe fam. All right, guys. I will be live streaming tomorrow's drop too, so 3 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to try to get it going around like 2 p.m. So I'll see you guys in the Twitter Spaces tonight, and then also tomorrow. Catch you guys later. Appreciate you guys big time for supporting, you know, chatting in the comments and everything. So I'll catch you guys later. See you guys tomorrow. I'm signing out. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn. We out, fam.